live.
All right. Good morning, everyone.
Morning.
Good morning.
Jason, did the applicants, are they on the line also? Can you tell?
The applicants, let's see, I'm going to start the call right now.
Bill, if you want to give them some time, you want to do the minutes and the adjournment first?
Sure. Good idea. Well, welcome everybody to the first ever virtual planning board meeting for East Hampton Village. So today is May 14th and it's 11 a.m. The first order of business is the minutes.
Bill, maybe just check, make sure, did we lose John?
We have Pam, Ken, Billy, me, Walker, and Oberon. So we have a quorum.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah, I believe that we lost John. Wait, we giving another person's trying to join.
All right. So did everybody have an opportunity to review the minutes?
Yes.
And are there any changes or points that you'd like to discuss about the minutes?
I'm in now.
Great. Welcome, John. Happy to see you.
Hey,
I don't
John.
know what happened, but I'm in.
Okay, good. And you're on TV also.
Uh-oh.
So do we have a motion to accept the minutes as written?
I make a motion.
Second.
All in favor? Aye. Minutes pass unanimously. Next order of business until the other applicants arrive is there's a letter from Ackerman, Packman, Brown, and Goldstein, LLP, respectfully requesting an adjournment of the scheduled May 14th planning board meeting on 218 and 226 Further Lane, which we shall grant. If there's no objection, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
All right, so moved.
We currently have 3 callers on the line, and
Okay.
I can unmute them accordingly.
All right, so let's go for the request for screening approval by David Andrew Trust Revocable Trust, 27 Windmill Lane.
Okay.
Not sure.
All right, and I'll unmute. I'm just going to unmute all parties one by one to make sure they are there for the right hearing.
Okay.
1 second.
Philip, whenever you suggest, I have some comments on this.
Okay.
Okay. Let's see. Applicant, you are on the air.
Hello?
One more. Hello,
Daniel
applicant.
Gellermini from CBT Architects, here for 27 Windmill Lane.
Excellent. Can you hear us, Daniel?
Okay.
Yes, I
And,
can.
And I have one more applicant. Let me just unmute them. Applicant, you're on the air.
This is Britton Bistrian. I'm here for 15 and 11 Hook Pond Lane, LLC.
Okay.
Hi, Britton. We're going to mute you, or you can mute yourself. We're just going to go through 27 Windmill Lane first, and then we'll move on to 11 Hook Pond Lane and 15, okay?
Great, thanks.
Great. All right, Daniel, do you want to go first? Do you want to say what you want to say?
Sure. I'm calling in to request screening of the existing landscaping for 27 Windmill Lane. We're requesting this screening because it's required based on a 1975 determination that any accessory buildings added to the site require planning board approval of the screening. Based on the existing mature landscaping and the well-maintained landscaping, we feel as though it satisfies the requirements of what was intended in that 1975 determination. And I'm happy to go through some of the documents. If you have any particular questions, I'm happy to answer those as well.
Okay, so let's just hold off on that for a moment. I'm sure everybody saw that the zoning board was also required to review this and pass this. O'Brien, you had some comments on this?
Yeah, I have, I believe there's some bamboo on that property that I just wonder if anyone has any interest in removing that bamboo, just because we have an opportunity now to make note of it and recognize that it's not real welcome in our community. So is this a good time that somebody might look at that issue?
There needs to be a nexus between what they're requesting approval of the screening and the removal of the bamboo. I'm not seeing it here. I'm not sure if anybody else is, but maybe the applicant would like to comment on the bamboo and what the intention is. Daniel?
This is Alfred.
Oh, okay. Alfred, can you just state your full name and your firm for the record?
Yes, it's Alfred Wojciechowski with CBT. We're the architecture firm. I'm the partner of the firm, and Daniel is the architect project manager. Our intention is to preserve all of the existing landscaping on the property, both with screening and general just beauty of the property. That's where we're at.
Okay.
There's a beautiful 100-year-old cherry tree that we're putting the accessory structures around. There's other mature plantings that are continuously being maintained with pesticide-free products. It's truly one of the beautiful properties, small properties in the area.
Okay, thank you.
I agree. I agree. And in fact, I think it's a beautiful property. And I think that all of the information that we have, including Billy Hajak's information from his memo of April 4th, is really valuable. And I want to take this opportunity to say that, as a planning board, we're now being to look at findings. Did I continue?
For those of you who are not talking, please mute. We got a dog, we got a barking dog, and we got a backing up truck.
Oh, is that what that sound was? Okay. So
Sorry, that's my dog.
Okay. So we're being.
Keep talking, O'Brien.
Okay. We're being asked to look at some findings that were made in 1975 by a prior planning board. And I want to just take a moment, since we've got it, to comment on this opportunity that we have to look at how we have to consider what prior planning boards have considered, and recognize the importance of the word planning in the title of our group. Because we don't know how prescient any of our decisions are, but I think pretty much all agree that we really do need to respect decisions made by prior planning boards. And before we overrule any findings, we really need to give careful consideration to that. And it's a little bit tricky because we live in a world, here we are, look at this Zoom meeting. We live in a world where things are changing really fast. And I often feel in our meetings that that there's a sense of urgency by applicants who bring bring issues to our board that very often is not considering neighbors and decades into the future. But this application is a really beautiful application. And I think that this is not, I don't get the impression that this is an applicant who thinks that the rules don't apply to them. And I don't think that there's any sense of entitlement. In fact, the opposite. I'm really impressed with this property. I love the letters that came from the landscapers that talk about the non-toxic manner in which this property has been maintained over the years. And the idea that the planning board back in 1975 said, you know, if you're going to be changing this property, then we need to keep the neighbors in mind. I think that's really beautiful. And I think it'd be really good if today and moving forward, the planning board was more sensitive to that kind of consideration, because this is an applicant who has really, as is proof by the letters of the people who've taken care of his property, has taken beautiful care of this property. And the fact that the architects have been enlisted to also consider the old plantings on the property and work around it. I just think I'm really delighted to have the opportunity to say, you know what, yes, we're looking at a finding from 1975, but I totally feel good about this applicant's request.
Great. Anybody else have any comments?
Yeah, I agree with everything Oberon said. And this property's been carefully maintained and good guardianship of the property. And I think it complies with the original intent of the planning board back. He has screened out his neighbors. I don't have any problem with this application.
Excellent. I make a motion to approve the application.
I second it.
All in favor?
Aye.
Unanimously passed. Thank you, Alfred. Thank you, Daniel. We are now, do you have any other comments?
Thank you.
Thank you. Thanks so much, everyone.
Okay.
Bye now.
Britton, if you could unmute yourself and we'll talk about your application, please.
Good morning, Chairman, members of the board. As I noted, this is Britton Bistrian. I'm representing Hook Pond Lane LLC and 15 Hook Pond Lane LLC, both of which are LLCs owned by the Cummings family. I'm in front of you today for a lot line modification to transfer 12,220 square feet from 11 to 15. Both lots, as you noted, are significantly undersized in the zoning district. However, this adjustment will make the two lots more similar in size. That's the owner's intent. They both, as I noted, they don't meet the 160,000 by a long shot, but it does make, this proposal does make 15 less non-conforming and more appropriate size to its neighbor. I know there was a lot of things in Billy's memo asking for, you know, this is an initial review, so asking for an EAF and some map revisions, and we're happy to work on all those items as well as seeking a variance from the zoning board. The only question I had was if we did receive any fire marshal comments. I would like to address those so that we can do one round of revisions and come back to the board with something that's close to complete. And that's all I have, unless you have questions of me.
One thing, we just need for the file authorization that you're representing both parties, because I didn't see that letter in the application.
It's on the last page.
Oh, it is. Okay, I missed it. Thank you.
I'm pretty certain I did.
Okay, great. Thanks. All right, so you reviewed Billy's memo, and you're gonna we're just going to, we'll wait for the EAF part one. We're not going to declare at this time. I do have a bit of a concern that if the modification may create a situation where the applicant is seeking future variances for GFA coverage and or setbacks. So I just want to keep that in mind. And then we do need to find out from the fire marshal. So let's submit to the fire marshal to see if this is going to require a FAR road. because it requires a far road, we're gonna have to go to 26 feet. And then you're gonna have to get all the neighbors on the street to agree to that. And then the other thing that we have is we have the wetlands with that little arm of Hook Pond fairly close to the street, so we may have another issue there. But the majority, this is mostly outlined in Billy Hajak, the village planner's memo, which was an outstanding memo, I think addressing all the points. So next steps here, Billy, is we'll refer this out to Ken Cullen for review with regard to the Far Road.
Yeah, it's the board's decision to refer it to Kenny. So I would recommend you do that.
Absolutely.
You know, it's not just a matter of widening the road. There might be some physical implications to it because there is a drain or a ditch, culvert, a ditch that extends under the road. So it's kind of a complicated matter.
Okay. Does anybody else have any comments?
I just have an emotional comment, which is where I am at this board. You guys all know that. And that is that this family, I mean, I can't believe we have two such applicants in one day, as opposed to any difficult discussions. I just want to comment that I am familiar with this, that this family has shown great respect for the tradition of maintaining the historic beauty on their various properties in the center of our village, and I appreciate that.
Okay. Any other comments? All right, Britton, do you have anything else?
Not at this time.
Okay, so let's refer this out to Ken Cullen, the fire marshal and code enforcement officer, and get his take on the Far Road requirement. And then this can be taken up at the next meeting. Does that sound good to everybody?
Yes.
Yes.
I'm good with that.
This will be my last planning board meeting, so I just want to thank all my colleagues and fellow board members, Billy Hajak, the village planner, and Beth Baldwin, the village attorney, for being so supportive and helpful throughout all these hearings and processes. So thank you all. Do I have a motion to adjourn the meeting? There's nothing.
Make a motion.
All right, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Great.
Good luck, Phil.
Thanks. Take care.
Bye-bye.